In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to turn back. Honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a series of linguistics. In linguistics, we commenced the chapter that is known as sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is the study of the relationship between language and society. Listeners and audience, today the topic which I have selected for you, it's very interesting. Today our topic is language death. What is language death? What are the types of language death? What are the causes of language death? And what are some examples of death languages? Can a language be revived? All these examples, all these topics will be discussed with examples. Listeners and audience, language death means when there is no single native speaker of a language remained on the surface of the earth, that language is called a death language. On the other hand, when there is no single speaker, native speaker of a language left, that language is called a death language. Listeners and audience, there are three types of death language. The first one, that is called decline language. Decline language means when only few speakers are there. It means when few people they speak a language and the language is in endangered. And the people think that the language is soon to be invisible on the surface of the earth. So that language is called decline language. Secondly, the second type of death language is language shift. Language shift means when the people they are shifting from one language to another language and they leave their language. They want to abandon their language and they don't want to speak their own traditional language. So that's why they shift to another dominant languages. So that is called, or that is known as language shift. And the third one, that is called language revival. Language revival means when the people they struggle, they try to revive those languages or a language which is dead and which is not speaking by the people. Listeners and audience, a question arises that what are the causes of language death? The causes of language death, the first cause is globalization. Globalization means when there are dominant languages they are spoken, for example, English, Chinese, Germany, and some other dominant languages. So when they are spoken, the people, they actually incline to those languages. They are motivated to those languages and they start speaking those languages and leave their own native languages. So this is the first reason. Second language is urbanization. Urbanization means when the people they move from the rural area to the urban areas due to different reasons, particularly to acquire the job facilities and other. So when they move from the urban area to from the rural area to the urban areas, there they stop speaking of their own languages and they start the dominant languages which are spoken in the urban areas. So then that is the next reason. And the third reason is colonization. Here colonization means when the colonizers, they impose their own languages over the people who are living there. So colonizers impose their languages on the native speakers of their own languages, and due to that, that's the reason the language death occurs. Listeners and audience, another reason is due to linguistic assimilation. Linguistic assimilation means when there are minorities of people living in a dominant community. So the minorities, they left their language and they start those languages which are dominant in a society. And the last reason is due to no proper documentation. No proper documentation means when there is no dictionary, no written form of a language, so that's why language death also happens. Now, the question is that what are some examples of dead languages? There are so many examples of dead languages. Take the example of Latin. Latin was spoken in Rome. It is considered the language of Roman Empire. But now, though it is in written form now, but it is still dead language. Secondly, take the example of for example, Ainu language. Ainu language was spoken in Japan, but now it is extinct and invisible. Take the example of some other languages. Listeners and audience, as I told you about Ainu languages. And there are so many other languages as well, like in America, that now they are not spoken. Listeners and audience, you know about Hebrew language. Hebrew language was a dead language. It was dead language from 135 AD till 19th century. However, after the late 19th century or in the late 19th century, it was revived. Again, now it is the official language of Israel. So remember that Hebrew was a dead language, but again now it is a native language. It is a revived language because it was revived. So as I told you that can a language be revived? Yes. A language can be revived again if the people, they start struggle and start speaking them again. So it was a dead language, Hebrew, from 135 AD, but it was revived again in the late 19th century, and now it is the official language of Israel. Listeners and audience, this is all about today's topic, that what is dead language, what is language death, what are its examples, causes, and can a language be revived. Hope that this topic is clear to you. Thank you.